Hello. So I'm on the PTS today, and I've decided that I want to test out the item limits a little bit and push it as far as I possibly could. So I've decorated the garden and Daggerfall Overlook with 700 items, most of which are large animated items. Not one thing in there is small. So we've got huge animated items, big lights, and we're going to see how long it takes to travel into there and have a look at the madness. And I will show you a few things that went wrong whilst I was decorating with them. And then I'm going to do the same thing and decorate it with very small items like spoons, and we'll see the difference. So, let's go. And you saw what my ping and frame rate was before I travelled. It's always a bit lower on the PTS for me than it is on live. We'll see how that drops as well. The load screen wasn't too bad. As you can see, my FPS has dropped quite a lot, like halved. Oh no, it's going up again. Oh no. Okay. So this is 700 items, most of them animated. As you can see, it's a little bit insane in here. I'm going to show you some stuff that went wrong. So whilst I was decorating, these are working now. They seem to work when I travel out and come back in. But if I spend some time in here, I mean, you can already see some of these calibration guides. You can see the lights have stopped working on some of them. You can still see the light that comes from them, but you can't see the actual light. These braziers, most of these braziers, I mean, some of them you can see now aren't really working. The incense stopped working as well. So these flames are working here, but those ones are not. Smoke here kept vanishing earlier, but it's back again now. So as you can see, there are a few little issues. The frame rate has gone down, obviously, because we've got 700 animated items. No one's ever going to use this many items like this in a small space, which is why I thought I'd test it out anyway. You can see the fountain's not working either. These fountains usually work. They're not. They're not working. Again, some of these calibration guides aren't working, and again, some of the flames. I mean, most things seem to be working okay. I was quite surprised. I thought I was going to break the game or something, to be honest with you, but it's not actually as bad as I thought. And that's using 700 animated items, which nobody's ever going to do. And there are a few little issues, but nothing major. I mean, I have some of these issues sometimes in my houses anyway, where things like that stop working, especially when it comes to the incense, which has stopped now. And the flames. I've had that in houses where they haven't even been full. So there we have it. That's 700 animated items in the house. It didn't take too long to load in. There are a few little issues, but yeah, I'd say this is probably as high as you can push it. But nobody's ever going to use this animated items in their house unless they're a crazy person like me. So yeah, that's that. So now we'll move on and see what it's like with 700 tiny items. Okay, I've just put the smaller items in my house. I've done it here at Tier Cavern. So we're going to travel into there and see how long it takes to get in there. Okay, so as you can see, mostly it's cups and bowls and plates, and I've put some bold trees here as well, which I felt probably didn't take up many items. So look at my FPS, it's actually gone up because I'm in my own instance to 99, 70. Remember, it was 35 in the other place with all of the 700 animated items. So yeah, you can see the larger items take up so much of a strain on your system compared to these little ones, like a huge amount more. So this is my point and why I'm doing this. I said before that one of those huge fountains I had in the other places and this bowl, for instance, should not take up the same amount of slots. It's ridiculous and senseless, and I don't understand why that would be the case. And so I think it needs to be changed. I understand the item limit from putting 700 animated items in my house. I don't think it could have taken many more, if I'm being honest. But in here, we've got 700 items too. So I believe the best thing to do is probably to have different item limits for the big animated things and the normal furnishings. Or I was thinking about this earlier, and I remember in Fallout 4 you don't have an item limit as a number, it's a bar. So for instance, if you used a huge animated object, it would go up a little bit, but if you use one of these cups, it would be a fraction of that. So this is what the point I'm trying to make. We could easily go over 700 items, but it would be more to do with the sizes of these items, because it is completely and utterly senseless to have them cost the same. This house and the one I was just in have the same amount of items in them. Believe it or not. Look at my FPS. Look at the space. I mean, it's just ridiculous and senseless. And I believe that the item limit should be based somehow on the size of the items and what it does, rather than the number of items you have in a house, because that's senseless to me. Now, before I go, I've already been having a discussion about this with a few other people. We just watched the ESO live stream, and a lot of people are getting their knickers in a twist, and I guess I am a little bit as well, actually, about the fact that if you have Skyshards, which a lot of us have, especially those of us that have been playing since beta and the start of the game like I have, we have several characters who have all of the Skyshards in the game. And they are finally doing something which allows us to not have to run around collecting them on our other characters, which is great. Amazing. Something people have been asking for ages. And it's an exciting thing. It means that we can, I mean, I don't 100% know how it's going to be implemented, and I really hope that they're not just going to give us all of the Skyshard skill points in one go, because I think that would be ridiculous. I'm hoping they're spread out, but I don't think they will be because of the way that they're implementing this. So they're going to charge us real money so that we can get all of the Skyshards that we've spent years collecting on all of our other characters. We're going to have to pay real money to be able to get those Skyshards on one alt. I'm not happy about this. Me and many people that I have been speaking to think that this is a pay-to-win move by ZeniMax. 100%. 100% a pay-to-win move, because it is. So when we all start off making our necromancers, there's going to be people going into PvP on non-veteran PvP. There's going to be people doing battlegrounds. And it's not just the PvP aspect, it's also the PvE aspect. You're going to be going into dungeons and leveling up. Now, imagine if you're killing things super fast because you've got all of the skills and skill points, and you can put all of your passives in and use any skill you want to as soon as you've unlocked it. you're going to be killing things a lot faster than somebody who's just doing it the old way. And it's just a really greedy, disgusting move, and I'm actually a bit shocked that they're doing this, if I'm being completely honest with you. And obviously we'll probably be getting them all at the same time because it's a purchase. We're buying skill points now, apparently, in the game. Okay, so it's if you've unlocked them before. A very large percentage of people have unlocked them before. And I don't think that us playing the game for years on end and going around and collecting them on all of our other characters should mean that we have to spend God knows how many crowns to have to go and, because we see it as crowns, it's not crowns, it's money. So what? We pay £20, all of us, for every single alt character we have, so that we can have more skill points when we start. That is pay to win, and it's disgusting, and I'm really not happy about it whatsoever. It kind of reminds me of when the crown crates came out and loads of people were upset, and now it's kind of just like, yeah, crown crates are like a normal thing, which is kind of sad as well when you think about it. And I really don't like the direction that ZeniMax is going with this, and to be honest, it's really actually kind of angered and upset me and people that I know. So I know there's going to be alternate opinions on this because I've already seen alternate opinions on this where people think it's okay, and that's their opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But I think it's people that, you know, some people can afford to go and spend money on all of their alts to get that. I mean, I could probably afford to spend money to get like Skyshards on my alts if I wanted to, like a couple of them, not all of them. But not everybody can. There are people out there that can't do that, and it's not fair that they're going to be at a disadvantage to other people when they've put so much effort and probably money into the game over the years. I just really am not happy about this change. But as always, I'm always open to other people's opinions, and I'd love to know what you think about it. As well, of course, as the point of this video, I started off doing a video about item limits and watched the live stream in between this house and the other one whilst I was crafting all of these cups. So yeah. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed watching, and hopefully this has brought some light on the item limits as well, and how, look at my FPS, it's just such a difference with the same item limit. So obviously there's something that needs to change there as well. So have an absolutely wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.